Justice Amy Coney Barrett continues to surprise and infuriate MAGA, this time getting some fierce backlash from Trump loyalists after daring to question the Trump administration's top lawyer, as well as voicing some skepticism over the attempt to end birthright citizenship. Now, this little exchange here actually took place during an argument between Justice Elena Kagan, one of the liberals on the court, and the Trump administration's Solicitor General, Dean John Sauer. I'm going to show you this video here of that exchange.
Through the nationwide injunctions with the district.
So, General Sauer, are you really going to answer Justice Kagan by saying there's no way to do this expeditiously?
Well, I'll refer to my former answers. Rule 23 provides the tools to do so. Multiple injunctions.
But you resisted Justice Kagan when she said, could the individual plaintiffs form a class?
That has never been briefed in the court below. I do not concede that we wouldn't oppose class certification in this particular case. There may be arguments that this case is or is not appropriate for class certification. And
if there were a class appropriate for class certification, you concede that that could resolve the question quickly?
Yes, absolutely.
You concede it could resolve the question quickly through precedent?
Yes, absolutely. It could do so. I mean, we obviously dispute the...
So just on that point...
So from that, it's obvious that she has some concerns over their attempt to restrict judicial oversight of the executive branch, especially when it comes to Donald Trump's potentially, and I say potentially, right, unconstitutional policies. For example, attempting to get rid of a constitutional amendment via executive order. What do I mean? Birthright citizenship. That has been blocked by numerous legal challenges, which have tied up the issue into now a larger fight that now questions whether federal judges can issue nationwide injunctions to halt said executive actions. So they're not very happy with some of these circuit judges saying, whoa, 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 you can't do that. That Donald Trump, that is clearly and patently illegal, unconstitutional. We're going to have to put a stop to that. And Trump responds with, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, unacceptable. You must follow my order. I am a king. I am the emperor. Okay, I may not have any clothes on, but I am the emperor. Okay, and you will listen to everything that I tell you. No, but now this fight is in the Supreme Court. And while the court has not ruled directly on the constitutionality of birthright citizenship, which is, again, part of the 14th Amendment, Thursday's arguments could determine whether or not Trump's policy is temporarily enforced. Okay, so temporarily ending birthright citizenship while the Supreme Court argues the actual merits of said case. And so that's why this is important. And that's why this, is being rolled into a bigger argument about judges being able to do nationwide injunctions, these district court judges specifically. So there you go. Her attempt, though, at protecting the judiciary, okay, and arguing that, hey, maybe we should be allowed to do these injunctions and protect the judicial independence, right? That is now putting her at odds with both Trump's legal strategy as well as, of course, MAGA. Immediately, you had MAGA-aligned influencers going after her, calling her a, quote, an embarrassment, as well as a traitor. Ooh. Amy Coney Barrett is a disgrace and embarrassment to the United States. Amy Coney Barrett is a traitor, says Patriot Pulse. That's right. Gotta love that now being a traitor does not mean betraying the country at large or the Constitution, by the way, which is what Trump's doing. It means betraying Donald Trump, even when he wants to do illegal and unconstitutional things. Okay, there is a way, by the way, that you can change the Constitution. You can amend it. We've already had plenty of amendments, so it's not like you can't do it. It's just kind of hard because it takes a lot of people to do it. So, they have a way of being able to get rid of birthright citizenship through amending the Constitution. They just don't want to do the work. Okay. And likely most people are not going to be in favor of changing the Constitution. So there's that. Okay. Now, that said, these people, apparently MAGA supporters, they really did want to vote for a dictator and never believed in democracy or the Constitution or even in America. Yeah. Now, others are asking this administration to, quote, remove the imposter. She's an imposter. We got to get rid of her. I don't know why I said pasta, but anyway. Here's the thing, though. Amy Coney Barrett is not a liberal. She's a deeply conservative. She's very religious. She has given MAGA wins since taking the bench. Now, that said, she hasn't exactly been a rubber stamp for Trump, okay? Unlike Alito and Thomas, okay? So she sometimes will cross over to join with the liberal justices, and that is more than enough for MAGA. You step out of line once, that's it for you. Step out of line twice, oh, they're coming for you. In fact, one user argued, remove Amy Coney Barrett. She does not align with the mandate of the American people, whose wishes and demands were very clear when they voted America first. Y'all think you've got a mandate? Barely winning the popular vote. That's a mandate? Then what would you have called the amount of people that Barack Obama, the amount of votes that Barack Obama had won by? That should be a mandate. Hell, Hillary Clinton didn't even win in 2016, the Electoral College anyway. She won by 3 million votes. I mean, by your logic, your own logic, that should have been a mandate, even though she technically didn't win. So what are you talking about? Mandate. Come on. And honestly, people didn't vote for the majority of the crap that Donald Trump is doing. What they voted on is mainly like the price of eggs, man, which are still expensive. So good job. And that's, by the way, not the fault of immigrants. Okay. No, it's the fault of corporations. Specifically, you know, the near monopolies we have on the agricultural sector. Okay. The big corporate farms. But there's more. MAGA influencer Cash Lauren on X wrote this. Amy Coney Barrett is proving once again that she may be the worst SCOTUS pick ever by a Republican. She has a lifetime appointment to the Supreme Court because of Donald Trump, yet you can hear her disdain for the Trump administration. Really, it's funny, kind of funny, because it really actually looks like she's attempting to do her job, which is more than you can say for a lot of Trump's picks. At least in his cabinet. In fact, former federal prosecutor Niyama Ramani told Newsweek that, hey, Justice Barrett is a Trump appointee and a conservative. Her question, though, reflects her concern about the separation of powers and the executive's respect for judicial authority, which is supposed to be a co-equal branch of the government. Yes, the whole separation of powers. Kind of an important thing. I mean, it's literally the entire structure of our government that we have 3 co-equal branches of government, all supposed to be doing checks and balances on each other. Okay. But like, you got Donald Trump, you got Project 2025 people who basically want to make the executive branch into a dictatorship, into a kingship. Okay. We didn't break away from England for this. All right. For this kind of crap. But they want to because they want to have the executive branch do Christo-fascism, okay? And if the Supreme Court isn't rubber stamping it, isn't going along with this, or anyone in the judiciary, then, well, this is what happens. They come after you. Look, Coney Barrett, I would say she's a religious zealot, in my view, okay? Now, that said, compared to Thomas and Alito, she is not nearly as much of an activist judge as they are. even Kavanaugh, right? And so she seems to be at least somewhat concerned as well with upholding judicial independence. Makes sense. And that does matter. Again, I don't agree with a lot of what she personally believes, and some of the rulings that she has made have been downright disastrous when it comes to freedoms. But that said, I do appreciate that she seems to be in line with the Constitution when it comes to separation of powers. And I think that's really, really important. And the ability for the judiciary to keep a check on the president and his powers. It ain't much, I'll admit. But hey, it's something. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.